Meanwhile, at Bar Sinister...
You're a dirty man, Mr. Sinister.
Oh, dear God, you scared me. I'm sorry with that little lipstick mouth you just look. Oh, what do you want?
I know how you love your orphans. Yes, I do. If this is all about getting your hands on my Peter, your wrist is gonna be slapped. Hard.
She had style, she had flair, she was there. That's how she became the nanny.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 125. It's a milestone episode of Comic Book Queer's legacy. That was a page from Zeb Wells' Hellions #1, which we'll get into a little bit later. But right now, I'd like to introduce my sexy co-host, EvilJeff. Hi, darling.
Why, hello. How are you, Brett?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm better. I think
Good.
I'm starting to settle into this new life.
Starting just to accept our new normal?
Yeah.
Atta boy.
Although things are, I'm starting to feel a little bit of the reality of, let's just get, today our hot topics, I just want to talk about delays, because that's the new kind of world we're in right now.
So what do you mean? That a lot of stuff's just not going to come out ever?
Well, I think especially when it comes to TV and movies, there might be a period of time, if this goes on for months and nothing is being shot, there's going to be a time where everything that was shot and able to be finished comes out. And then there's going to be a period where there's nothing else to come out. And even if the stuff is over, then they're going to have to reshoot and start shooting stuff. So there might be this gap of like nothing.
A gap. An entertainment gap.
And where you're
That's
just
so
like,
weird.
Guess I'm just going to watch I Love Lucy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just watch some reruns, and it's finally come. Because as you know, the only thing that's keeping me going is the X-Men and my gay Thai soap operas. And I'm telling you right now, the gay Thai soap operas, they usually have 2 love stories going on. One of the love stories was filmed last year, but the other one wasn't finished filming yet. And so one love story has they just stopped airing it. So the episodes just stopped showing half of the storyline because they're like, sorry, coronavirus, we can't finish that plot thread.
Oh my God. What are we going to do during the entertainment gap? I wonder if a lot of people are going to turn to old stuff they've always been meaning to see, but it's so old, who cares?
Well, there's 2 things that are going to still keep going, and that is animation and comic books.
Yep.
So it's just going to be this work. I also wonder if people are going, can you imagine though, if because a lot of people don't like typical animation, most animation is superhero based or fantasy based. Only when you get to anime, like in Japan, they'll do actual just regular normal stories. I would love
family
it.
dramas.
I would love it if it's we can't do This Is Us. Let's do the cartoon version.
Let's animate it.
Let's animate
incredible.
it. I think
Will
that
we
would
animate everything?
Can you imagine if we just started animating everything?
Every show. Every movie.
Animated. Yes.
Can you imagine if that's what happens with Marvel Phase 5? If you know what? Never mind. You guys are just going to do the voices we're animating.
I mean, that's what they're doing for What If.
Oh, I can't wait for What If.
Yeah, at least What If will still come out.
Yeah. Oof.
Everything
you can
else
record them voices at home.
Everything else is delayed.
Oh my God. Maybe I'll finally watch The West Wing.
Sorry, what?
Damn this virus. But what do we know that's been delayed? All of
everything.
Everything. Even didn't they just announce that Stargirl is going to be delayed on the DC Universe platform, and Jeff Johns wrote that really heartfelt open letter of that Stargirl's always been about the sister he lost, his teenage sister, who he lost in a plane crash when she was 18.
Oh no!
And he created the character of Stargirl to honor her. And that was the first thing he ever did for DC. And then he pretty much took over DC decades later. And he penned this open letter of like, everybody, Stargirl's going to be delayed a little bit, I think like a week. But please watch it. It's very personal for me. And like told the whole story about his sister and how this was the first thing he did for DC. It's incredible.
He thinks it's an incredible story. Delayed a week?
But it's only going to be delayed a week.
No, it's going to be delayed longer than that.
Everything is so delayed.
Well, but luckily it depends where you are. Like in places like in Asia, they're getting everything under control. So things might start getting back up to normal there. But in America, we're all a bunch of idiots. So things are going to get a lot worse before things will calm down and they can start filming.
Yes.
Again.
Yes,
I mean,
because
we still have people like, hey, I wonder if this is going to hurt. Like Wasp. What's her name who plays Wasp?
Evangeline Lilly. She's
Evangeline
like, I'm going out.
She's like, whatever, I'm in Hawaii.
I don't care. I'm going out.
I don't give a shit. And then afterwards, she's
God.
like, I'm sorry. Everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Or like how Vanessa Hudgens went pure Thanos. She's like, so some people have to die. So be it. Like,
yeah,
okay.
I know. You're like, you know what? Maybe that's what you think, but do we have to Instagram story that thought? No.
And you're 31. Stop touching your hair when you talk.
I know. Well, she's sad because her dad died. So she's kind of like, my dad already died. So screw you if you let your dad die.
I didn't know that.
Her dad died the day she did Grease Live. Like when Grease Live was happening,
did know that. Yes.
Her dad died that day, and then she had to go.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, and me, because I am evil and going to hell, when she sings the Rizzo song, What Would I Do? I was with a bunch of people, and I was just redoing the lyrics. I'm like, and I can't believe my dad just died.
Oh, no.
And everyone was like, you're going to hell. And I am. I've
Yeah, well, so is Vanessa Hudgens.
Now she is.
You'll all be reunited. Yeah. You'll all laugh about it.
So, yeah, hey, stars, guess what? Now's not the time to give us your thoughts on who should die and who shouldn't.
Yeah. One thing I did love, speaking of stars and coronavirus videos, there was the message from... Oh, I didn't see that.
You haven't seen the Nicki Minaj where she's just like,
no.
Guys, coronavirus!
That's Cardi B.
Coronavirus! Oh, Cardi B, that's what I meant. They're the same person to me. I'm old.
Cardi B's so much better.
They're the same.
No, this is Jodie Whittaker in character as Doctor Who like, she was pretending she was like in the middle of a battle and like hiding from the enemy, and she's whispering to someone like, or she's whispering to us like, we're going to get through this. Like it's just this very positive, uplifting message in character as Doctor Who. I thought that was cute. And then did you see what the Watchmen did?
No.
They put out a video called Washmen, and like it's in like the Watchmen font, but it's just Washmen, like wash your hands. And it's all the stars from the HBO show in character doing like PSAs about washing your hands. Like it's hilarious.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
Jean Smart is like, she's playing Lori and she's going off on you for coming within 6 feet of her and like like insulting you.
Yeah.
And they even Agent Petey. Remember Agent Petey? He was partners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one from the Magicians?
Yeah, the pervert ghost from the Magicians.
Yeah.
He at one point he's like, now maybe like something like, get your hands nice and lathered up so they're good and lubricated, and like winks. I'm like, oh, they just did like a wink that he was that lube guy. They kind of revealed it a little bit. I liked it. Yeah. They had Regina King was like, you should wash your hands for 20 seconds, and then it's just her counting like 18, 19, like super dramatic and super tough. Oh, it was so funny.
How do you count? Do you count? Do you sing a song? Do you sing Happy Birthday twice? What's your thing? I noticed my boyfriend counts down, but I count up.
Counting down is stressful. Oh, actually, no. It helps me when I work out to count down rather than count up.
Oh.
Yeah. As a means to get through it. I don't count because I just wash my hands thoroughly.
But how do you know that it's 20 seconds?
Who cares if it's 20 seconds? The point is, like, don't just put soap on and then water on. Like, you have to, like, I scrub all the parts of my hands. I get in my cuticles. I want to get a black light breath. Spider web it.
Want to get a black light and check it out?
Oh my God, you don't want a black light anywhere near me.
I know. God, Pornhub must be going through the roof right now.
Good Lord, I wish I bought stock in Pornhub.
I know, but then you can't waste your toilet paper to wipe your jizz up.
I know.
Just socks. Everyone just has dirty. Everyone's walking around bare feet because they're using their socks to wipe their jizz.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's talk about comics.
Yay!
Oh God, let's just calm down, breathe in, because it's cue the music. Whoa. Waiting to exhale. Oh, that's right. Every week, Brett and I dive balls deep into the X-Men universe. And it's a crazy X-Men universe. Some of these X-Men comics are giving us some new, fun, fresh, exciting things. Some of us, I feel, are falling a little stale, and we're going to talk about it.
Right now.
A lot of stuff. Let's go over what came out this week.
Oh boy, what didn't? We have Fantastic Four X-Men number 3. We've got Wolverine number 2, Giant Size Nightcrawler, X-Men number 9, and Hellions number 1.
And what do we want to talk about first?
Why don't we start with that Fantastic Four X-Men issue?
Okay. What did you think?
It felt a little pedestrian to me.
Yeah. I felt it, I felt like from where it started off, it's like, and now it kind of like fizzled a little bit.
I just feel like it's not like all the Dawn of X books feel very smart to me in each in their own way. This doesn't feel smart to me. This just feels like it's for babies a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah. I get that.
Is it Doom? Does Doom have that effect on me? Like when Doom shows up, I'm like, and now it's comic books.
Maybe. I also just find it very weird that like he has his own island of mutants, like mutants with powers.
Yeah, it's not okay.
It sounds very weird to me.
It's very weird to me. Why is it weird to you?
I don't know. I guess that's the I guess it's just, I don't know, the fact that they wouldn't know about it, or did they know about it? It just seems a little muddled. And now he has these like Doombot Sentinels, and then he tricked them of like putting real mutants in the Doombots, where then they killed them. All I want is like, I just want some Sue Storm, Emma Frost going around doing some spy battle. That's all I'm here for.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like on a mission together, you mean, or against each other?
No, together. As soon as they started working together, I was like, hell yeah. And I do like the dynamic of Franklin kind of choosing Doom over his dad. That's kind of interesting.
Sure. Yeah.
But right now it's just falling a little flat to me. And I think that's the thing is, but they've been on such a great run. It's like there's going to be a point where we're going to start feeling a little disappointed. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course. Yeah, it's so prolific and so broad. There's going to be some stuff that ain't for you. And it's fine.
Yeah. Is there anything else you have to say about this one?
No. This one, no. You know what it is? Everyone in this book feels a little bit like they're acting like a real asshole. And that reminds me of Rick Remender's Uncanny Avengers. That was my problem with Uncanny Avengers.
Everyone was just angry.
Everybody was everyone was just like angry and nobody got along. And like, it's like an improv. You don't want to watch people fight. You want to watch people get along and be happy and love. And like, it's like that. Like, I'd rather watch people getting along. You want tension, but you don't want constant like conflict. Go nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my issue with this book.
It's one of those things where it's like, I hate you, I'm going to fight 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 you. And you're like, hello, you both like are actually on kind of the same side right now. And then finally they like realize it, but then it's kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. Fantastic Four. Plus it's weird being like, I guess all this happened before Kitty Pryde is dead. Where's Kitty Pryde? What's happening to her? Bring me another Marauders. I need to know what's happening with her.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest problem with X-Men Fantastic Four is that it's not Marauders.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about next. Let's go on the one shot. Giant-sized X-Men Nightcrawler.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Why was it called Giant-sized Nightcrawler?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He was hardly in it.
This book was I loved this book.
Yeah.
But it really suffered from some misaligned expectations.
Yeah, I agree.
I was getting ready to watch the story of starting a mutant religion.
Yeah, no, it was just like, oh, Nightcrawler has a team going into the X-Mansion, and it's
I
just
love.
a little
Don't
adventure.
get me wrong.
Yeah, but it should have. But I guess that's the thing is like, if you had to say giant-sized X-Men, what would you name it?
I would say giant-sized Doug Ramsey. Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, okay, yeah. But you know what? But in the end, what's going to sell more, Doug Ramsey or Nightcrawler?
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's Alan Davis, you know what I mean? So you gotta...
it's Alan Davis, and he drew the old Rachel.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, back when I used to like Rachel Summers.
And it's so great to see Alan Davis's art. To see Nightcrawler under his pen is great. And that's why it's called Giant-Sized Nightcrawler, to me. That's why.
Yeah. Plus, it's also taking back... Are those... What are they called? The Cedar?
Oh, the Sidri?
Sidri?
Yeah, that's a deep cut.
Is that from when Kitty Pryde first was made an X-Men?
Yeah.
From Professor Xavier is a jerk? Is that the last time they were there?
I think so.
It's kind of amazing. It's also why Lockheed showed up and got super angry, because that was Lockheed's first appearance was with them.
So cool. The connection. Oh.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was fun. I also like the idea of this little team of iBoy, Ilana, Nightcrawler, Doug, and now Lady Mastermind.
I still want
to know, why did she go there, though?
She was trying to use the gate.
But was she trying to use the gate? I thought she went from Krakoa. Because didn't she show up in Krakoa?
She was trying to... Oh.
She was in the Krakoa pictures when they first had the villains show up. So I was thinking that she walked into the mansion. Yeah. So then I was like, why did she walk from Krakoa into the mansion?
Maybe we just think she was there. Maybe it was like Celine or something. Or maybe it was the other one, Goneril.
What's her sister, right?
Yeah.
Gonorrhea?
The brunette. No, I mean, this one's Regan, right? Isn't this Regan Weingard?
Yeah.
So I'm like, if there's a Regan, there's a Goneril to me. What Shakespeare play? What is that?
There is one thing though. Nightcrawler started seeing visions, and he saw one of the original. Was it Thunderbird? Right.
Thunderbird.
Has Thunderbird been resurrected?
I can't speak to. There have been moments where I'm like, wait, has Thunderbird been resurrected? And I cannot pinpoint,
because
like seeing him in a panel or something like that.
He clearly has been. If fucking Petra and the other people from...
Oh my God, if we're resurrecting Petra...
from the first round of Krakoa, people trying to save Krakoa. Thunderbird's totally alive. So I would love to see Warpath Thunderbird. I would love to see some of that shit.
I would love to check in with Thunderbird, because he would be like, wait, what happened after I died?
I'm like, wow, that's a lot of shit.
What a story.
And where's Sunfire?
Oh, I love him.
Because he hates them. He pretty much hates the X-Men.
He's a jerk.
I feel he wouldn't want to be on Krakoa. So I'd be interesting to see where he is in all of this.
He's a Namor. Yeah.
I always felt he was secretly gay. Didn't he have... Because he kind of had that North Star cold...
The bitchy, cold North Star.
Bitchy, cold, bitch, faggot kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Giant-sized
Nightcrawler. Fun story. Fun.
It was fun. It was a fun story. It was fun. It's great to see Ileana with Lockheed.
Yeah.
Very nice to see Lockheed kind of, choose Ileana as the next master.
It does just make me wish that... I think he was doing... Is Alan Davis just doing covers mostly? Or was he doing the Avengers for a tiny bit, I think? I just wish I would just love him to do a run
Oh, he's so good.
of the X-Men.
So good.
I remember we got into a fight with him years ago in the first run of Comic Book Queers, because you got mad that he always gave everyone like 60s outfits.
What? Mm-hmm. That's not a thing I would say.
It is. It was when we were fighting over Rachel Summers. That was back when I still
I don't remember
her.
this.
Yeah.
What is this, like 2005?
Yeah, like back in the Chicago
2008?
days. Yeah, in the Chicago days.
I don't remember that.
I was trying to defend all of that, and you were like, no.
Ugh. Go to the Internet Archive. Prove it. Well, talking about speaking of prove it, there's a little cat out of the bag at the end of this issue.
What?
Happy to see you, friend Ileana. Warlock.
Oh, yeah.
Dougie, your arm. It's normal.
So Warlock is just... But that's the thing. What did they all think was going on? I thought they all knew that he merged with him. Did they all just... Do they just think he's infected?
Yeah, they just thought he was infected. They didn't know that was actually Warlock.
Well, we saw that in the X-Men where Cyclops walks by and sees them separated.
Yeah. So it's like... But that was like Snuffleupagus. Like he's been outed. Like Snuffy.
But he asked Ilana to keep the secret. But will she? Will she?
Jeez.
But why does it matter? Why does it have to be a secret? Why do they care?
I don't know. They have a reason.
Oh, I bet you it's because he's not a mutant. Warlock's not a mutant.
No, I don't know. Because Dougie's like, if I tell you, will you promise to keep it between us? Do you really need to ask? No, but it's...
Oh, and then they got interrupted. What do you think it could be?
Ooh, I don't know, but I'm very excited.
What if he's just like, we're lovers?
What if it's phalanx related after all that House of X nonsense?
Interesting. I will say, wait, is Warlock, are they and Phalanx connected in any way? The techno-organic?
Yes.
Like race but they're not the same race, but are they? How is that?
No, they Hickman reframed it all in the data pages of House of X.
How are they related then?
So the Phalanx sends, like when they're going to consume a planet, they send a Technarch to basically convert it.
Okay.
Warlock's dad, Magus,
was
like was a Technarch.
Okay,
yeah.
Got it. I miss, though, the days of the old X Factor when Warlock and Cypher were fighting over Danger.
Yeah.
Where is Danger?
I don't know.
Danger? You and Danger, girl.
Yeah, you and Danger, girl. Danger, you and Molly, girl. Yeah, this was a fun book. It was a fun romp. And then they unlocked a new character. At the end, yeah. They for some reason found Lady Mastermind. So weird.
But I love how they're just like, and we have a new member. And I'm like, are we ever going to see this team? Are we going to see this team together ever again? Right. This is a one shot.
And then it was so weird. So they had the dramatis personae at the end, like the boxes with the characters, like which characters are going to be in this story. Mm-hmm. It's at the end, and I thought it was a real missed opportunity to not have Lady Mastermind be one of those boxes.
Yeah.
Because that would have really punctuated it, I think.
What should we do next? I think we should save the new one for the end. Because I think that has the juiciest stuff in it.
Should we check in with Wolverine?
Let's check in with Wolverine.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to say this. I finally read the second half of Wolverine 1, which is really 2 issues in one. They're just 2 separate issues. I finally read that, and here's the thing. Do you know what I hated in Matt Fraction's X-Men run?
What?
The whole war with the vampire thing. And Jubilee becoming a vampire. I hate mutants and vampires. Is that weird? Yeah. Is that bad? And I will say this Wolverine story, it's well written. It's exciting. I like what Wolverine's doing. I just don't give a fuck about vampires.
I actually don't either. And I also...
Because there's two separate plot lines. Okay, but finish what you're saying.
I'm a little over Wolverine being mind-controlled and killing people.
Yes, because there's two separate plot lines. There's the whole drug run and this pale woman who's controlling his mind. And then there's the whole vampire thread. And then there's the whole where he accidentally just killed Jean and now Cyclops is all mad at him. And then I'm like, is that really good? Like, you can't mess up their love.
Actually, I thought that Cyclops scene was pretty cool, that he just said nothing.
Yeah, he's kind of like...
Just fix it.
Yeah, fucking fix it. But who is this pale bitch who's doing this?
I mean, is this like typical vampire powers? They're like,
but is she a vampire or is she something completely separate? Are the vampire people and the pollen drug run, is that the same thing? Or
I think it's all tied. I think it's tied through the pale. I think she's a vampire.
And I don't give a shit about Dracula.
No, I've seen too many movies about him.
The only thing I liked is Twist. It turns out Omega Red is working for Dracula.
Yeah, that's fun. He's a blood sucker anyway.
And I kind of liked the vampire hunter girl. She was kind of fun. French Buffy.
I don't like that they killed the Lebowski detective.
Yeah, that kind of was like you just set three.
They really took
3 issues of setup of him.
Yeah,
and then you just kill him off in one panel.
I thought he was like a new character in this,
and he was interesting.
Maybe he's not dead.
Maybe because that seemed like out of nowhere.
I like this guy,
and the whole like mind control thing. It's like, if his mind was controlled once, why are you setting him out by himself to find this person who already mind controlled him?
Right.
Why are you not sending a psychic out with him to help protect him?
Like Emma.
Yeah,
missed opportunity.
Send Emma. She bitch can just turn into fucking.
Put Emma Frost.
She just turns into diamond form as soon as he goes berserk.
Why would you not take Emma Frost places?
Yeah. Emma Frost makes every plotline better.
She just makes everyone safer.
Yeah. Anyway, so I actually like how it's written. I just hate vampires. So I'm just kind of like...
Yeah, and I hate mind control murder Wolverine. I'm so over it.
Yeah, so I'll keep reading it, but you're on notice.
Fuck you, Wolverine.
You're on notice,
Benjamin Percy. Now let's talk about this X-Men book.
Okay.
I like this book.
Here's the thing.
Don't come for my favorite character. I love him.
No. I'm gonna say this. I hate the Brood.
I love the Brood.
Hate the Brood.
How can you?
Because they're just so overused. They've just
I love them.
And I'm so bored with them.
They're from our era.
Yes, I know, and I liked them in the Australian run. That was when they would like half take over people's bodies.
Yeah, and they had mutant powers.
Yeah, so I liked all of that stuff. This, where it's just like all like a million of them just coming out like it was too much like aliens.
Well, that's what they were.
No, I know.
That's where they were born.
But
from.
I don't, and I will say this. I was kind of hate. I'm like, I hate this until the last panel, and then I was like, okay,
so cool. I loved it.
now on board.
So great. I love seeing the Summers family together in a spaceship.
And I will say this: did you follow the long pages of diatribes about how the Brood works? I was like, I'm not smart enough. This is too complicated. I can't follow this.
I think it was that. Wasn't it that the Kree had been experimenting like thousands and thousands of years ago of creating?
Yeah, but then there was a whole list of like, and there's the Empress and the Firstborn and this, and then if this does this, then that happens. Yeah. It was like this fucking rock, paper, scissors shit, and I was like,
basically the point is, if you have the king egg, you're the ruler.
Then you rule all of it. So now Brew, spoiler alert, they're like, what are we going to do? The egg, they're coming after egg. Finally, Brew just eats the egg. So
the Brood, stop.
Brew is now the ruler of the
of
entire race.
That's incredible.
Of the Brood. So that's the thing, is when he eats this, is he still the same Brew? Or is he...
Yeah, it's just a serum. It's just pheromones.
But that's what I mean, but he now basically... He's now one of the most powerful people in the universe.
It's incredible.
But that's the thing, is like, is that power going to corrupt him?
I mean, I trust him. Brew has been so hysterically written in these past 2 issues. He's so abrupt. Like, he just eats the egg. Like, everyone just stops. They're like, what happened? He goes, I ate it.
Yeah.
Just like when he comes into the New Mutants in the last issue. And he's like, oh, hi, how's everyone? What are you doing with that? So good.
Like, because he's in love with Edie, remember?
Yeah.
What if he's just like, bitch, let's go out? And she's like, yeah, but you're not human. And he's like, bitch, I'll have my minions eat you.
Yeah, or half a galaxy.
Yeah, I'll have half a galaxy fucking eat you. And then you'll turn into Brood, and then you'll marry me.
No, I'll have my people eat half a galaxy.
Oh, eat half a galaxy. Yeah. So I do find, but that's the thing. So you think he's going to stay a good guy?
Yeah, I do.
I have a feeling he's going to turn corrupt. And they're going to be like, oh shit, maybe he's not totally on our side.
Wow. Other great moments in this book, I feel, are Bobby and Sam being in a little cell together.
Yep.
Bang, bang, dummies. I love Kid Gladiator and Dad Gladiator having their moment.
Yeah. I was expecting that we would see the second Vulcan show up.
Soon! Maybe that's what their corner of Empyre is going to be about.
Maybe. But X-Men,
yeah,
fun.
It's good
fun,
stuff.
Fun stuff happening.
It's fun stuff.
Know what I would love happen if they now just use the Brood to just solve all of their other bad guy problems.
Yeah.
Like the grannies being like, we're going to take over. Brood, eat them.
Oh my God.
All right, well, they're taken care of.
Brood eats horticulture. Oh, that would be so good. Speaking of so good.
We got a new book. And remember, here's the thing. I keep getting proven wrong. Wasn't it I who was being like, Hellions looks awful? This is going to be bad. It was so good, Brent. It was so good.
It's so fun.
Hellions is basically when the bad guys are so bad that they can't basically be, what's the word? What's it when you not infiltrated? What's it when you try to take a prisoner and put them into the normal population? What's that called?
Like integrated.
Integrated. When they can't be integrated into the Krakoan society, they finally decided... Rehabilitated. Yeah. Finally, Sinister's like, well, I'm just going to take them on as my own group. And they're all... and he's like, and we'll just see, like, we'll have to find a use for them. And it's kind of like, it's such an amazing idea. And I love how it was set up. It was literally just set up as the council discussing it. And one by one, all of us seeing why each of these people are, I can't get along in Krakoa. Why they're not,
they can't integrate.
Yeah. Why they can't integrate.
They can't assimilate. Yeah.
Let's go through this one by one.
One by one. Professor Plum,
Miss Scarlet. Okay. So, they first we see Havoc on a mission. Here's the thing that's interesting though, is Havoc has been resurrected. Because he died at the end of Uncanny X-Men.
Correct.
So we know that he's been resurrected, but for some reason, even when he was resurrected, the fallout from Axis is still kind of fucking with him.
Yeah.
He still has this thing inside of him that just wants to fucking kill everybody. As we saw when they were on a battle. And it's kind of weird, though, where they're just like, if you kill a human, you automatically go in the abyss. But there's X-Force, and X-Force is allowed to kill people.
Yeah.
That is kind of like... guess what? When people try to blow you up, I think you can kill them.
Yeah, but this is particularly sadistic.
Yeah, he was doing like fucked up.
unnecessary.
He was doing fucked up things to him. Yeah. So who was on the team with that? It was Nightcrawler, Logan,
Siren.
Hey, Siren. But I think that she. You know what? I wish they would like. I'm like, why is she wearing her teenage costume? She had the fun like X Factor costume. It was like so cool.
Yeah.
Like, why are you putting
They wear
her
all
back?
their costumes. They have all of them.
Plus, remember how her powers have, like, she can also seduce people? Like, she can use her siren voice to, like, make people do what she wants. She was a good character.
I see Rockslide.
Rockslide, yes.
As well,
yes.
Who I think I said, like, have we cast Rockslide aside in favor of Glob Herman? Like, has Glob Herman completely usurped the whole Rockslide thing?
Maybe.
But no, he's here.
One of my favorite Rockslide quotes is from the Christopher Yost new X-Men comic with Ileana coming back, and Blindfold is talking. And he was like, wait, is she not supposed, like, she's a precog? And then he was like, no, but she's talking about something from the past. And he goes, well, then she's a recog. And I don't know, but when I was younger, I thought that was the funniest thing in the entire planet. Anyway, who comes next? Empath.
Well, just to put the button on that, like,
Havoc
horribly burns people, and it's clear, like, he doesn't remember doing it. And he's like, what are you talking about? I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
What did I do?
I didn't do nothing to nobody.
Poor sad boy.
And then we see Empath.
Oh.
And Empath is still just as evil as ever. Like, he's just fucking with people. Like, just making everyone do whatever the fuck he wants. But he's the only one that got a full page description, which I find so interesting.
Because it's fascinating.
Where it's just like, Empath wasn't born evil. His powers made him evil. Because he's
always been rewarded.
Because they also said he's like Madrox, where his powers developed super early. So he's never been told no. He's always had no matter what he does, all of his behaviors are rewarded with love and kindness. And it's just turned him into a total dick. Then we have Scalp Hunter. Now, this is one of the saddest things. Because they don't show you... Okay.
No, we have Orphan Maker.
Is Orphan Maker next?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Orphan Maker. So I have a question. What is... Peter is the guy in the suit with Nanny. Nanny, Orphan Maker. What is his powers?
Okay, I'm so glad you asked. Are you ready?
Yes.
We don't know, but...
We're going to find out. But
the whole origin is that he was an orphan in Sinister's orphanage. Nanny rescued him because Sinister was going to kill Peter because Peter's powers were too dangerous.
But that's the thing. He still wears that uniform. We have no idea what
Nanny
he looks like
sealed him
underneath.
up in that uniform. Yeah.
But
we have no idea what... I think we saw Nanny kind of, sort of, in a flashback once.
But can she make people young? Is that her power? Or is she just using technology to do that?
That's science.
What is her powers?
She has low-level telepathy and mind control.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So we are going to discuss... But that's the thing is, like... Why would they... I mean, it seems... Does Sinister know that he I guess he knows that he was an orphan.
Sinister probably knows Peter very intimately.
Because I guess that's why... You know what? That's why he was scared of him.
Yeah. And Nanny, her whole deal was that she was a mutant that worked for the right, for Cameron Hodge.
Right.
And when she found out they were going to, like, try to kill mutant kind, she betrayed them and they sealed her up. Her specialty was cybernetics. And they sealed her up in that suit. They trapped her in that suit. Nobody can get her out.
That's dumb. I feel like, well, then just kill her and just resurrect her, and then she can... I would ask for that, personally. Yeah. If I was sealed up in a suit, I'd be like, blow my brains out. And If that bitch who got depowered can go to the arena and get killed, I'm going to get killed so I can get out of this damn suit. Anyway, that's a deliciousness of like intrigue and drama and tension that's going to build up in the future, especially where they're still in that weird thing of like, yes, mommy, we're going to take all the orphans, kill all the bad parents.
Wet your drink from Nanny.
Drink
wet your
from
thirsty
Nanny.
tongue.
And I love it was an Angel and who else where they're just like, that ain't good.
Ugh. Hey, if Warren and Hank think you're weird, y'all fucked up. You fucked up.
Anyway, so then comes Scalp Hunter.
Then comes our new lesbian couple, Cecilia Reyes and Sage.
What is that based off of?
I want it. They are a great couple.
Wild Child?
Yeah. What
else? Where did he show up?
He was Alpha Flight.
Alpha Flight. He was a bad guy in Alpha Flight?
No, he was on Alpha Flight.
He was on Alpha Flight. When?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, like 80s, 90s.
But not in the original team.
No, but soon after. Like second wave.
Okay. Like with Box?
Yes. And
Talisman.
All those Jeffries, Talisman, yes. And then he was very prominent in Age of Apocalypse.
Oh, okay.
As like Sabretooth's pet.
Right.
But Sabretooth was good.
So Wild Child,
They were
he
X-Men.
isn't taking his pills that turn off his animal side. And then he tries to come after the new lesbian couple, Cecilia and Sage. There's a great line there.
Wait, Wild Child was on X Factor.
He was on X Factor?
Wasn't he?
Which run?
Why? Oh, God. I'm sorry. Keep talking.
There's a great line, though, where Cecilia Reyes is just like, and then we just have these pills that turn off his animal. And she's like, oh, really? How do you do it? She's like, well, I'm a supercomputer. I just asked like what it tasted like, and I was able to reconfigure it. And she's like, oh my God, really? I didn't know. And she's like, no, I can't fucking do that. Cecilia Reyes is like, well, I'm sorry.
Great. Actually, my friend Steve was texting me during that scene. He's like, whoa, Sage can do that. And then all of a sudden texted, haha. Like he fell for it.
Did you look up to see what teams he's been on?
Yes. Oh my God. I saw that he was on X Factor. I have to find. He was on it with Forge was the team leader, and it was Polaris, Val Cooper, Mystique, Sabretooth, Shard, and Wild Child. And it was, I think Jeff Matsuda was the artist.
Is that like the Mur Isle?
No. It was after
Peter David's first run?
Like it was after like it ended with like multiple man dying of the legacy virus in issue 100.
Oh,
right.
I didn't read any of that shit.
And then after that, they changed the lineup of the team, and Wild Child was on it.
I thought then, didn't it end with Havoc leaving and then it becoming like that alternate universe with Madeline
Mutant
Pryor?
X?
Yeah.
Well, it followed him into Mutant X, yeah.
All right, well, whatever. Wild Child. He's one of them. Now, can we get to Scalp Hunter, please? Because this is
yes, you're dying to talk about it.
Well, it's because all the people that he killed from the Mutant Massacre show up with Callisto.
They're fucking right there.
And they're like...
Fucking Tommy.
They're like, it's the first girl you see, the one who turns paper thin.
Tommy.
Oh, that's Tommy? I'm just like, oh, she's alive. Yay, she had such a horrible death. Although, no, she got killed by Harpoon, technically.
She got shot by Scalp Hunter, actually.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. That's right. But anyway, they're like, get him. And then it just cuts to Storm being like, you tortured those people again. So apparently he just shot them all again.
No, I don't think that.
Well, I think he battled them again. And I think when they came after him, he fought back and hurt them and won the fight.
No, it's that I think there's a different takeaway here. They attacked him.
Yeah.
Storm said, you attacked them. And he didn't say, no, they attacked me. He let her believe that he's the one that proactively attacked them. He didn't. They beat him up.
So okay.
They beat him up, and Storm blamed him and said you went after them.
And he just took it.
And he just took it.
Okay,
so
but
that's
we don't,
actually fascinating.
But we don't know if that's the real thing. Because we don't see what happened. I mean, we don't see what happened. He could have just pulled his gun and just started shooting at him.
No, we saw them attack him.
I know, but we didn't see what happened right after.
She said it doesn't matter. It's all about the
attack. If they ran to attack him and then he pulled his gun and started shooting at him.
He clearly let them beat him up because he's like, this whole thing tells you that he's like this honorable guy who like doesn't give a fuck. He's tough, but he has honor. Like if he didn't have honor, he would have been like, no, they attacked me. And instead he just stood there silently. Right. It's like, I'm kind of thinking he's going to be the hero of this book.
Well, it is like he's the one who starts like he goes to empath being like, I'll fucking shoot you in the head if I think you're missing, not just with my emotions, with anyone's emotions. I'll shoot you in the head. And he's also the one like taking like Wild Child being like, I'll take care of him. I'll keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
But then I kind of love when Havoc shows up. It's almost like, do you ever see What's Up, Doc? You ever see the movie What's Up, Doc?
I love that movie.
Okay, you know the courtroom scene where finally he's like, you're the, like, who's in the back there? And then Barbara Streisand like lifts her head and they're like, what? It's you! It's the same thing where it's like, wait, there's another person standing in the back there. And it's Havoc, and then Scott is like, Havoc? What's Havoc doing there?
There's another thing that this reminds you of. You ever see this Simpsons episode where Mr. Burns and Homer are trapped on the mountain together?
I was just talking about that yesterday.
Get out of here!
Yeah, do you know why? Because there's a line where they're just staring at each other, and Homer goes, so, and then Montgomery Burns goes, so buttons.
So buttons.
And I'm going to tell you this, it was maybe like 6 years later that I was like, oh, SCW buttons, like so buttons. That's why he said that. I just thought it was like, oh, that's an old-timey thing to say, buttons. So buttons.
Oh, but
I thought he was just saying SO, buttons.
Oh,
and I was just talking about that yesterday with my boyfriend. Anyway, which part reminds you of that?
When they're looking for the kids, like they think that, or like I forget, but they're all in the, like all the non-Mr. Burns and Homer people are in this cabin together, and the one ranger is like, where is Ranger McFadden? And then this like drunk ranger shows up in the crowd. He's like, I was just happy to see so many people. And then the guy goes, quiet, you drunk. Where is Ranger McFadden? And then Ranger McFadden goes, I'm right here, right behind the drunk. It's such a good bit. It's such a good bit. They made you think the drunk was Ranger McFadden.
Oh my God.
Anyway, it reminds me of that scene. Havoc was like, I'm right here, right behind the drunk.
Yeah, and Havoc's basically like been relegated to this team because he's out of control. Which I will say is weird that he's such a prominent player in the X-Men comic right now. In Uncanny X-Men. Or not Uncanny, it's just regular X-Men. That's a little off to me, but I'll go with it.
Yeah.
But then, of course, Scott is just completely uncomfortable with this idea, and he knows the Quiet Council went with it, but he's like, I don't fucking like this. Something bad's going to happen. So he taps good old Quanon, and I think he taps her because he's like, you've worked with Sinister, and so you have an in.
Yeah.
I think that's why he chose her.
And you and I have flirted.
Was that? I guess that was...
Like, technically, it was like Betsy being influenced.
That was the Quanon side that was flirting.
Kinda,
I guess that is true.
Yeah.
Because
like, anyway, you want to bang?
Because I will say it is weird that I think that's the reason he chose her, because I would say...
Oh, for sure.
He doesn't really know her well enough to fully trust her. You know?
Yeah, he's like, but I can tell you, you don't trust Sinister.
But I think he's like, but you have the in with him. And I know, like, you can, like, I need you to, because basically he's like, I need you to look out for Scott, for Alex.
Yeah.
So she kind of shows up, and it's kind of like, he basically is like, oh, I just have this clone factory in this orphanage, and you just need to fucking, burn it down.
Just got to burn it down because it's irrelevant now that we have.
But by the way, the rest of the old Marauders are there. So not only do we have this connection, this is the orphanage. Is this the orphanage that Orphan Maker was living at?
Oh, very much so.
So not only is this a connection to Nanny and Orphan Maker, there's now a connection to Scalp Hunter.
And, I mean, Alex.
Well, but then, no, I'm going to get to the connection to Alex to Havoc in a second for the final twist. Hold up.
Oh, but I'm saying Scott, that's the orphanage Scott grew up in as well.
Oh, yeah. But lo and behold, of course, this is the... Okay, I'll get to this. So the final reveal is they're going there thinking they're going to be battling the Marauders. No, the Marauders are all fucking hanging from a ceiling being magically tortured by none other than the Goblin motherfucking Queen.
What was your reaction when you turned? Did you know, like, when you saw the hands?
Oh, of course, because I also, like, it was kind of just implied that she was going to show up in this run.
Yeah.
So I was already expecting her to show up. So as soon as I saw magic happening, I was like, oh, this is her. Did you know it was coming?
I had heard Madeline Pryor was going to be in this run. While in the moments I was reading these pages, I completely forgot.
Oh my God, you must have been like, yeah, it was amazing. So now Alex, who used to fuck Madeline Pryor, so it's the same thing of when I loved, what was the run when Professor X came back to life? What run was that called again? Astonishing? Was that Astonishing X-Men? With Psylocke, Rogue, Mystique, Wolverine, Bishop. When they brought back Professor Xavier from the astral plane.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was Astonishing, right?
Astonishing. Yes.
Because everyone was so connected, I was so excited for that because there's so many tension connections that you're just waiting for. So this book it's perfectly cast. And at first I was like, Nanny, fuck this run. But it's perfect.
But Nanny was around for this shit. I mean, like, not only is Peter connected to the orphanage, but during Inferno and that whole era, Nanny and the Orphan Maker were very prominent. Like, they were very prominent in the end of the Outback days.
Yeah. I would love to see Nanny have an interaction with Storm.
Fuck.
Being like, you fucking bitch, you de-aged me. But also, but here's the thing. Do you think, did Sinister know that Madeline Pryor is there too?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's what I'm wondering is she a clone? Is she just another clone?
I believe this is the Madeline Pryor that Nate Gray wished back into existence.
Wait, when the fuck did that happen?
Yeah, that happened. I don't know when. I can't tell you when, but I think that's a thing. Like the Madeline Pryor that was in was it Greg Land's?
There was one with Matt Fraction.
Was it Matt Fraction?
Matt Fraction, she came back.
The Sisterhood.
Yeah, and that was because then they brought back the other Psylocke. That's when they brought back the white Psylocke again.
Yeah.
And then Dazzler shot a hole in her face.
Yeah. That Madeline, I think, was brought back via Nate Gray.
But I thought, she ended up being killed again at the end of that run.
She did? I don't remember that.
All right. Well, come on. Let's give us some details. I need to know. I need to have a good support story of how Madeline Pryor came back. Because if she has all those powers and all those outfits, because she got the powers through, okay, I always forget. What are Madeline Pryor's powers that she's born with, and what did she get from Nastreth?
She got Goblin Queen from Nastra. She, for a while, had healing powers as Anodyne or something like that.
Yeah. And then she because she's Jean Grey's clone, she kind of has Jean Grey's powers.
Well, didn't a piece of the Phoenix go into her when she was born?
Yeah, that's what made her wake up. So that's what I'm wondering, if she's a clone or something. So this has to be that same Madeline Pryor, because it can't just be a clone. Because how would the clone have the magic powers? You know what I mean? The Phoenix, So I need to have a good explanation of how she's showing up.
It is revealed that Madeline is actually a psionic construct inadvertently resurrected by a combination of Nate Gray's psionic powers and her desperate need
for attention.
And his desperate need for a mother figure upon his arrival in Earth 616. And that was in X-Man number 25, 1997.
And then where's she been hanging out all this time?
She was the Red Queen for a while, and then Sisterhood, and...
So she never was killed? She's always just been, like, hanging around?
Yeah, she was killed in Inferno, and then she came back in X-Man.
But I mean, since
a decade
X-Men.
later.
But I mean, that means she's been around alive for like
around.
for like years and years and not doing anything.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right then.
Yeah. Can you blame her?
She's like, I just need some time to myself. But now that Alex is like kind of touching the dark side, I wonder. That's what led him to like join forces as the Goblin Prince.
Ooh, I want to see those tattered rags from Inferno on Alex. I'm real excited for this book, this goddamn book. Out of nowhere, boom.
And can we get a love story for Sinister?
Yeah, and can it be with Nanny?
What are you talking about? Nanny's a woman.
I'm shipping.
Sinister is gay as the day is long.
Oh,
please.
absolutely. I mean, he's in love with Scott.
Oh, seriously? He probably just has a bunch of like Scott sex clones.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I want to think about it, but I do. If I ever met the X-Men and I met Scott, I probably would be like, "Oh, I get it. Oh, I get it." Everybody loves him.
Who drew Scott Summers the hottest?
Oof.
And I'm going to go a weird direction here. What I loved, and this is a weird direction, is because a lot of times they always draw him big and muscular, but when Frank Quitely drew him,
oh yeah,
he wanted to really emphasize that Wolverine was really short and Cyclops was super tall, lanky, and chiseled.
Yeah.
And I love like the idea that Scott Summers is like fucking 6'4".
Yes.
Yeah.
Also from that run, Phil Jimenez drew a great Scott Summers.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. That was pretty hot too.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I wouldn't give up a Jim Lee X-Men #1 Scott Summers either.
Listen, there are some Greg Land Scott Summers that I'm like, damn.
Well, yeah, because they're drawn off of fucking porn characters. Yep. Have you seen that YouTube video just basically trashing him and showing the actual footage that he stole from? Mm-hmm. And have you seen what Greg Land's artwork used to look like before he started tracing?
Is it terrible?
Yes.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. But what a week in X-Men books.
I know.
What a week. Yikes.
Oh, but there's still other stuff going on in Marvel.
I know.
And I didn't read any of it, except for one.
Oh, except for one thing. Well, we'll talk about one thing. Should we play Miss Janet?
Yes. Hit it.
Have you read for me lately?
Yeah. All right.
There's a real big event. I don't know if we're ready for it.
There's a big event coming.
The road to Empyre has begun.
It has, and I am still very confused by motivations.
Oh, yeah, I think we haven't yet gotten the reveal of a lot of the motivations.
Yes,
I'm not sure.
Yes. But right now, it's Empyre. What was this like? This is what was it called? Road to Empyre or something?
Road to Empyre.
Road to Empyre. And this is like, is this the same family when that Skrull book came out?
Yes. So it's about the Warners, who are basically Marvel's The Americans.
Yeah.
Except they're Skrulls, not Russian.
But instead of Felicity, it's a Skrull.
Yeah.
This actually I found very interesting because it looked like one of them was kidnapped and tortured. And when that daughter was finally rescued, the dad was killed and they've been betrayed and all the other Skrulls seem to have been assassinated. So it's just this one kind of Skrull family left. And this daughter Skrull who's been tortured is kind of like, hey, actually the Skrulls used to be a peaceful nation. Why can't we just do that shit again?
Mm-hmm.
And the mom is like, no, we need to fucking kill these Kree. And
this is the way.
And basically it just kind of did a recap of stories that have been going on for how many decades? Like, what's the earliest story they were telling? How long ago did that? From the 70s?
It starts at the Kree-Skrull War.
When did that first? When did those runs happen in the 70s?
I think late 70s.
Yeah, so we're
80s.
we're going far back here.
Yeah.
And what is the other plant? Who are the plant people who lived on the Kree? The Kotati. So there's like a leaf that I guess is like a way to restart their. Mm-hmm. Do you just need to plant that leaf?
The Kotati were people that shared Hala with the Kree, and then the Kree slaughtered them, and also started going after the Skrulls, and that started the Kree-Skrull War. Yeah, but it seems like there's a piece of Kotati were plant people.
And then Mantis has a child that's like half Kotati, that's like a savior. His
name is Koi.
Who's like
short for Sequoia.
He was like, what did they call him? Like the savior or something? Some messiah?
She's the celestial Madonna. He's the celestial Messiah.
Right.
Her son with swordsman. Which I had never heard of him before.
Oh, me neither. But I think when looking at at the end of the issue, they show you what runs they were. I was like, that run looks old.
Yeah. So
I think all this shit happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
But then they're talking about, our lovely homosexual, Teddy.
Goes into his origin.
It goes into his whole origin. He's half Kree, half Skrull, sent away.
Son of Captain Marvel.
And was she the princess? Like the king's daughter?
Yeah.
And he's sent away to be raised by the handmaiden or whatever. And now he's been called back. And they just hear the bit of a message where he's like, Kree people. And they're like, he's chose the Kree side. Fuck him. And the mom's just like, let's fucking kill these Kree. We're going to fucking kill the Kree. And the daughter's like, no, please. And they burst in to kill this Kree people that tried to blow them up. Right when the message comes from Teddy. And he's basically like, hey, it's official. I rule all Skree and Skrull. Skree, I guess that's what you call them. Kree and Skrull, Skree. I rule all of you, and we're now at peace, and we are actually on the same side, and we actually have one enemy, and that is Earth. So that's where I'm like, why? That's where your boyfriend is.
Well, they did have a great scene with him and Billy in Incoming, where
I didn't read any of Incoming. So what am I missing from Incoming?
And it's a Jim Chung drawn book or story.
It's amazing.
So yeah, it's like Incoming has Teddy knowing that he is going to be doing all this stuff, and he's convinced that it's going to ultimately save a lot of lives in the galaxy. He's also kind of being, it seems like, not controlled, manipulated by the Super Skrull, who the Super Skrull is like, you are the chosen one. It is your duty. You are the one that the prophecies have said, all that. So certainly being kind of whispered to by the Super Skrull, by Kl'rt.
I know, but I'm just going to tell you this right now. I get mad at my boyfriend if he doesn't tell me if he's coming home late. I'm just saying this. If I was Billy, I would be so pissed off if my boyfriend was planning an attack on Earth. Planning an attack on Earth? Because that's the thing is,
Planning an attack on Earth?
Oh my God, you didn't even let me know? I had Pilates today. You could have given me a heads up. Anyway, here's the thing. All I know, do you know what this is leading down to? What all of these things with the final showdown is going to be. We know, right?
Billy versus Teddy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's going to become the Demiurge. The Demiurge. He's going to have to become the Demiurge, and it's going to be fucking Billy versus Teddy.
Could you,
What an end to
Marvel.
a relationship. Oh.
Marvel, Marvel sure is doing gay space emperor with a sword whose boyfriend is the creator of a reality.
Or could you say it's anti-gay
him.
because one of them is probably going to die at the end of this?
If they do a bury the gay, oh my God, I'll die.
You're the gay. You're the gay that dies.
Oh, it turns out it's me. If they throw one of their gay characters away, I am going to.
I heard that's what there's some new Netflix show like The King.
The Letter to the King.
Letter to the King. Apparently,
yeah,
they did a bury the gay thing on that, and everyone's super pissed off.
Yeah. We are not disposable.
Yeah.
Just because we don't want stupid kids does not mean.
Some of us want kids.
Just because kids are stupid does not mean we're valueless. Oh, do you want kids? I don't want to talk about this.
No, I'm just going to say this right now. The way I handled this outbreak, if I had children, I would not. I was like, I don't know if I should have children. Like, Daddy's having a nervous breakdown. Go make your own lunch, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Which was my childhood.
Anyway, so that's what's going on in the Marvel world. What's happening in the DC world? Who gives a shit?
Next.
Because, yay, I didn't read a DC book.
All right. Jesus. But I think it is time to get critical.
Let's get critical.
Critical.
Is there anything new and exciting, fun, fresh that you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Tiger King, but you've only seen half of an episode.
Oh, I don't care. You can spoil all of it for me. I don't give a shit. I've watched a bit of it, but why is everyone literally Facebook is just the global pandemic. Watch Tiger King. Global pandemic. Tiger King. I'm like, there's also an election happening. Is anyone going to talk about that? No, Tiger King.
I literally cannot explain it. I don't even know. I don't even know where to begin. I couldn't tell you what it's about other than these people. It takes so many turns that I can't even keep track. I can't even summarize it. It starts with people illegally owning big cats. It gets into their
one guy has like a harem and he's like plays music and has a harem, and
one guy is a cult leader with 8 wives. Another guy is in a gay throuple in Oklahoma, but the other 2 guys are straight. They're at war with a woman.
Wait, how does that? Wait, whoa. Rewind. How are you in a gay throuple with 2 straight people? Did they explain how that worked?
Meth.
Oh, meth? So he basically just fueled them with meth?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
And then one of them shoots himself in the head. I'm sorry. We really should have put a spoiler warning before this.
Wow.
And that's
how most thruples end. No, I'm just kidding.
And that's that's literally like the first 2 episodes. It just goes on from there. It's insane. It's fucking insane. You find one more thing I'll add. There is a woman they're at war with. It escalates to the point of ultimately this guy goes to jail for having her for attempted murder. But they also reveal that this woman's 3rd husband disappeared and she probably fed him to her tigers.
Oh, I saw that part.
I literally should not be talking about any of this. This is terrible.
All right. Well, Tiger King, if you want to watch some insanity and while things are insane, that's my problem right now is I'm kind of like, I just either need to watch something that takes place in a completely magical world or is pure romance or is pure happy. Where my boyfriend is the opposite. He's like, I'm watching Contagion. I'm reading World War Z. I'm like, what the fuck? How can you do this?
Because it's worse in there than it is out there.
Yeah. Well, he's like, World War Z, it's all the people that survived.
But I will say our favorite show, The Magicians, is winding down, and we just had their last musical episode ever.
And I'm going to make a complaint.
Oh my God, say it.
I didn't know what two of the songs were.
Oh, really?
What were the two songs Alice sang?
She sang, her duet with Elliot was Peter Gabriel and Kate Bush, Don't Give Up.
Okay.
And Cruel to Be Kind.
No. Was that still the Kate Bush one when she first gets her emotions back? What was that song?
Oh, I think I can't remember.
That's what I'm saying. I just was like, I just personally wished it was like, I would have rather her been like singing like You Ought to Know by Alanis Morissette. I just wanted for me personally that I just wish
deep cut.
It was a little too much of a deep cut. I wish I recognized it. But that being said, once again, they're just so smart in how they work in, because I will say Buffy did a musical episode where it was like a spell cast by a demon. This is basically that, but so much more complicated and so much more fun. We're a magician conductor.
And nostalgic.
Like a musician magician invented a way for everybody to be psychically linked to each other. But the problem is when everyone is psychically linked so that they can do this heist, because the spell was written by a musician, if you're overcome with emotions, everyone will start singing the same song in a big musical number. Mm-hmm. So just from the past episode, which I remember, that was so... I almost feel like I need to rewatch old seasons, because I remember when they did the spell to remove their emotions.
These seasons are... I mean, these episodes are playing like a series of like revisiting the greatest moments, the most iconic moments from the rest of the run.
Good. That was so good when that happened.
So they bottle up their emotions
so that they don't sing.
Iconic episode, right?
But of course, one by one, the things are either broken or they break them on purpose to battle the evil bellhops, which is a thing. And then musical numbers start happening, and it's basically like Ocean's 8 meets Harry Potter meets I don't want to say Glee because Glee is bad, meets Smash. I don't know what's I've never seen that many different genres like bubbled up together since Parasite, and I loved it.
Yeah. Alice's first song was Afraid by David Bowie.
Oh, it was a Bowie song. Okay. Well, give me some changes. Give me
Give me Let's Dance.
Give me Let's Dance. Give me China Girl. I guess you can't do China Girl anymore. I guess that's some kind of racist. Oh, do the Labyrinth song.
Sure.
Dance, magic dance.
That would play well for Alice.
Magic jump.
For Alice revisiting her grief over Quentin.
Let me tell you about the babe. What babe? Mind me of who? Who do you do?
Yeah. But really, and so they revisited the moment where they bottle up their emotions as a way to get through a quest. They did that again this episode. Of course, revisited musical episodes in general. They also put them on another heist, going back to that heist episode from, I think it was season 3, that Margot led them in a bank heist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're due, and at the very end, they're saved by another iconic character from last season, Santa.
Yes. I was watching it with Joe, and then when she just goes like, as soon as the song was like, oh, she's getting Santa Claus. He's like, fucking Santa's in this show? I'm like, you shut up.
You shut up.
It's good. This show is just so fun. Oh, and it had Finn put an egg up her vagina.
Oh, yeah. They snuck the World Seed. The World Seed, they're going to use the World Seed to save Fillory. But it has to be stored at 99 degree temperature, 99% humidity. And so Finn shoved it up her cooch.
But also, can we talk about
the building?
This heist had only 3 guys, and all the rest were women.
Yeah.
And the guys were mostly, there was a gay guy, so he's pretty much a woman. And then there's Josh, who really wasn't doing anything. And then the other guy gets kicked out. So it's basically just like the girls ruling the roost.
Yeah.
And I love it. That's what I love about this show. And then at the same time, we see Penny realizing that the reason that his mom went crazy with her psychic voices is just because he was around her, and just being around him
his
was making her
powers have
nuts.
that effect on her. Yeah.
So that might happen to Julia with her baby, too, if they don't figure out how to cut it.
Not if they stop it.
Well, they showed a scene where, like, that beam coming out of her pregnant belly, it looked like she was going into labor and the beam was coming out, and Dean Fogg, like evil Dean Fogg, was trying to do something. Mm-hmm. But I have a question. When Dean Fogg was sent away by that drug, was he sent to the same place where the other Dean Fogg was?
Yes.
So do you think they're just going to switch places?
Yes. So Dean, like, basically Katie sent him there knowing that our Dean Fogg will be able to take it from there and be like, oh, there's a doppelganger me here. I'm absolutely using this to escape.
Yeah. Cool.
What are your predictions for the final episode?
I actually predict I don't think anyone's going to die.
I hope not.
I don't think so.
Finale,
because I think I don't think because I feel like I think they wrote it being like maybe this will end. I think when they wrote it and shot it, they didn't know 100% sure if it was going to end. So I don't know if I think that they were probably writing it planning to bring everyone back just in case it was renewed. So yeah. I don't think anyone will die. I do think in the end, I think if anyone dies, Dean Fogg will die, like sacrifice himself. And then I think maybe there'll be a cut, there'll be a big time jump where Julia's kid is older.
Yeah. They're all older.
And they're running to school.
Penny is the dean of Breakville.
And Alice runs the library. Like things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
Elliot.
Yeah, Elliot.
Elliot and Margot are on a beach.
Yeah. I do love the part where the emotionless Elliot, Alice, and Katie all just started making out.
Mm-hmm.
That was
to
hilarious.
escape the bellhops.
Yes, that was hilarious. Anyway, this show's so good. I'm going to be real sad after it's done.
Me too. I'd like to see a lot of those actors work again in other stuff.
But I would like to make a request from you. I think we should watch another sci-fi show. And if we hate it, we can just stop watching it.
Okay, what?
Have you seen the one that's on all the commercials, The Vagrant Queen?
Oh, Vagrant Queen. Isn't that Madeline Visaggio? That's a comic.
Yeah, it's based off of a comic. It's like, and it looks very Guardians of the Galaxies. I feel like we'd like it.
Yeah, I think we should watch it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Give us something to fill in the magician's hole.
Oh my God, this entertainment hole.
The magician's comic I'm really liking too.
Yeah, it's really good. I'd like it a lot better if it was about the same characters from the TV show, though. Although we have, admittedly more diverse characters, more representation in the comic with these new characters.
I like that there's a trans romance.
Yeah.
Anyway, we did it.
I think we did it. Listen, everybody, if you could give us a little reviewy, that would be great. 5 stars. Please. If you want to write us or if you want to tell your friends to subscribe, Jeff, can you take over? Jeff, can you say something? Think of something.
Hey everybody, it's times are crazy, and you know what you need? You need an escape. And what better way to escape than the dulcet tones of my voice and Brett's voice? So
and my voice.
And the nanny's voice. So please listen to us, because guess what? If you listen to this podcast, that means you like comics. And if you like comics, well then that makes you queer.
Bye.
Bye.
Damn.